My name is Patrick Brosnan. I'm a retired detective out of the South Bronx. I was there for 14 years. In 1996, I formed a boutique investigative intelligence and security company. We're licensed in about 20 states. We conduct wide-ranging investigations of murders, armed robberies, sexual assaults, rapes, arson, basically every bad thing that a human can do to another human.
My name's Tom Silver. I'm a certified hypnotherapist. I've been in the field of scientific hypnosis for 30 years. I use hypnosis to help people change their lives, to remove fears and phobias, addictions. I also use it for forensic hypnosis investigation. And when you hypnotize a person, you can activate memories from every time period in their life. We call it regression therapy, and it works very, very well for helping to clarify information in solving crimes.
My name's Lisa Williams, and I am a psychic medium, which means I am able to communicate with those people who are no longer with us. To actually work with spirit, which is what I call them, I use all my 5 senses. So I see images, I hear things, I feel the pain that they went through, and the additional sense of knowing when something's going to happen.
The reality is there's a lot of bad guys out there committing far more crimes in the aggregate than there are investigators researching and solving. And that accounts for a tremendous amount of unsolved crimes. On August the 4th of 2013, an individual named James DiMaggio killed his best friend Brett Anderson's wife, Christina, and their 8-year-old son, Ethan, lit the house on fire, and kidnapped the 16-year-old daughter, Hannah.
Manhunt that stretched from Canada to Mexico, now zeroing in on a rugged mountain.
He fled into central Idaho, where he was able to elude the FBI and local authorities for a couple of days. They located him. There was gunfire, and next thing you know, he's DOA. Hannah's returned to her father. Sheriff Gore said that he was 100% confident that Hannah was a victim through and through. There was no complicity, there was no collusion, and it was stamped closed.
Now she shares why victim is not the word she uses to describe herself.
In the beginning, I was a victim.
I got asked to work on the Hannah Anderson case by the sister of the deceased mother, Tina. I gave her first and foremost a reading, and I was able to connect to Tina and Jim. And within that reading, I pulled up specific information that no one knew, and it was not documented in any form of media whatsoever. Jim had 2 used condoms by the side of Tina, which were his condoms that he used with Hannah that day. I also was able to get into the head of Jim. Hannah and Jim had actually gone away to a hotel in Hollywood only a few weekends before to actually start to plan their getaway escape. That's how I came to the conclusion. Hannah Anderson planned this murder with Jim to get her own mother.
Did she plan this with DiMaggio? Or was she an innocent victim brainwashed through DiMaggio's hypnotic powers? Or did Hannah brainwash DiMaggio? What if Hannah was the one that suggested DiMaggio to kill her parents so that he could run away with her and take her away from everything? So there's so much missing pieces to this crime that could be clarified if we could take all these various people, put them into hypnosis, and get the truth out of them.
There are a lot of alleged facts that just don't ring true on this case. A lot of the details, they just don't quite fit. But Tom, as basically a human lie detector, will have the ability to separate out the facts from the lies. Oftentimes, everyone has a reason to lie, and it's the investigator's mission to sift through those statements.
I think there's a lot of loose ends in this case, and I think there's a lot of people that know exactly what's occurred, but somehow there's a guard up and they're not really telling all the information they know.
There's so many unanswered questions. Questions that the public are asking about why the things weren't followed up by the police investigating. So I believe that the 3 of us could really get our teeth into it and actually get some closure.
Because it's so unconventional, I think we have a great opportunity of solving these murders, these unsolved murders, because we're stepping out of the box and we're going beyond normal tradition criminal investigation.
I don't care if it's non-conventional. I don't care if it's frowned upon. This is an extraordinary three-pronged approach to solving cases that have gone cold. Cases that are, by all accounts, unsolvable.
Pat is going to have the opportunity to interrogate a dead victim through me and get all the answers. Imagine the possibilities.
This is a killer team.